everybody. I'm delighted to be here with you to explore one of my favorite topics, the secrets of great relationships. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about how I came to be so passionate about this particular subject. I am a psychotherapist, and I am interested in knowing what makes people available to have a really happy, fulfilling life. And it seems to keep coming down to the quality of their relationships. So I studied in school, and undergraduate school and graduate school. I got very fine education, but still was on a quest for years after I'd gotten my MSW degree and my LCSW degree to be able to understand for my own personal use, particularly in my marriage and family life, and also to be of best possible use to my clients and students. And over the years, I have discovered some things that have been enormously helpful. A lot of it not learned in my family of origin or in school. And so I've found that it's in the trenches, in working with each other. There are many things to be learned, and many of us see models in our families of what's really useful and practical and applicable. When I got married, I was just young and ignorant and hadn't seen in the family what comprised great relating. I'm happy to report that both of my husband and myself are hungry learners. And so we read books and we attended workshops and we talked 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 and we learned a lot. We've been together 44 years, married 40, and although he doesn't always count the first 4, I do, because it was a lot of working it out during that time. And in the early years, particularly in our 30s and in our early 30s and 20s, we made so many creative mistakes and caused so much harm. And that's where we learn the most. Pain's quite a motivator. My husband seems to think that we should get the trophy for the most improved. So we want to offer to you some of the things that we have learned, hard-won, in hopes of saving you some trouble.
And that goes for me too. I'm Charlie Bloom, and as I look back over the 44 years that Linda and I have been together, it's pretty remarkable that not only have we managed to learn what we've learned from our experiences, but that we've been able to pass this on to people over the years through our workshops and our books. And I'm just delighted to be here today with you, and I want to acknowledge you as a committed learner, because like Linda, I agree that that's the primary requirement, prerequisite for a successful relationship. I certainly never intended in the early days of our relationship to make this a career, nor was I always as confident as I am now about what it really required to create a great relationship. Even though we were both working in the same field, it was, as most of us know, there's a big difference between what we know and what we always practice. And the challenge in great relationships is not only to know what works, but to really be able to work with ourselves so that we can embody some of the qualities and capacities and strengths that these relationships require. So one of the things that I learned in the process is that no matter what I learn, there are still going to be times when I'm going to make mistakes or regret what I said or did, or have that frightened part of me take over that can really cause trouble. And one of the things that we've both had to learn is not so much how do we avoid doing the things that get us in trouble, but when we can't avoid them or when we don't, how can we make repair efforts that will bring us back to an open-hearted place with each other. So one of the things that I'm hoping that we're going to be able to convey to you during this program is that this is a journey that will take you, it has taken us to places that you can't even imagine going, some of which are going to delight you and others may not. But that, like they say, great relationships do require some work. And there's no doubt that we've put some time into this. We've paid some dues. But the benefit that we have gained from doing that work has far, far outweighed whatever effort we've put into it. And like a rocket ship that has to burn up a lot of energy until it leaves the gravitational pull of the Earth, the early stages of a relationship can be demanding and challenging. They were for us. But that when we really are able to integrate those qualities and practices that are necessary to really benefit from what we're talking about here, there's just no comparison to what it is that we have to gain.
I'd like to add that we have been blessed to have some extraordinary teachers who were in the graduating class ahead of us, who gave us steers in the right direction. We draw heavily on these people's wisdom in the work that we channel through to our students. So I have tremendous gratitude for the teachers who have given us good steers. I have tremendous gratitude for the clients and the students who have worked with us over the years, who have taught us a tremendous amount. And also for the people who participated in our study, Secrets of Great Marriages, where we sought out the happiest couples that we could find all over the country. We interviewed more than 50 couples, and we distilled down the teachings in the form of our book, Secrets of Great Marriages, 27 couples illustrating the secrets. And there's themes that run through all of these stories, and yet the stories are so varied that it's whatever two people agree to, what their priorities, what their histories are, what their values are, and they collaborate and co-create with each other to make something amazing and wonderful out of their relationship with each other. And they're the beacons of light for the couples who are struggling and confused. If you happen to be one of these people who are struggling and confused, join the ranks, because there are millions. Things are changing so quickly. Technology's changing so quickly. Mores in the communities are changing so quickly. So we need some assistance from others who are a little bit more experienced than us. It isn't necessarily embarrassing to not know. It's intelligent to ask for help and to learn about these skills and how to create a context that gives rise to wonderful relationships.